Once upon a time, there lived a farmer called Ram. He is sincere and hard-working. His good nature attracted all villagers in the town and everyone used to respect him. Ram had a daughter called Sumar. Sumar is young and beautiful. She is also a bright and obedient student. At a young age, she learned to play chess from her mother and emerged as a state-level champion. They were happy with what they have and leading a pleasant life. One day, the ruler of the country comes out for hunting and passes through Ram's home. The king is nearing old age but still is aggressive and flamboyant. He freely spends the tax money on his personal vices. The king accidentally sees Sumar and gets perplexed with her beauty. King instantly decides to trap her and take her to his palace. He summons Ram and expresses his desire. King orders Ram to bring his daughter and gives him a deadline of 2 hours. Ram returns back to his home and sits with a grim face. Sumar observes his sad mood and asks, "Dad, are you okay? What went wrong? Why are you so sad?" Ram explains the incident and his worries. Sumar immediately smiles and assures his dad that she will take care of the king. Sumar requests his dad to take her to the king. Although Ram is frightened, he is confident about his daughter's cleverness. He takes her to the courtyard. Sumar looks at the king and says, "Oh my lord, I feel honored to become your wife and will be grateful forever. However, I have one request." King is instantly pleased with her style and asks her to express her desires. Sumar says, "Oh lord, I will only marry the person who defeats me in chess. In case I win the game, the opponent needs to put some gold coins in each square of the chessboard. The opponent should start with 1 gold coin on the first square and put 2 coins in the second square, and so on. The number of coins should be doubled for every square, until all 64 squares are filled. Needless to say, I would be set free and would go back to my village with the money." The king thinks,
"Oh, this girl seems to be very innocent. I have been defeating people in chess for over 30 years. She is not even 20 years old. She also has no clue about my wealth and treasure. She could have asked for something bigger, and I would have given her with joy."
He immediately agrees and asks her to start the competition. To King's shock and dismay, Sumar defeats him on the very 4th move, not able to take the insult. King orders his treasurer to settle the money immediately, and gets ready to go back to his palace. After he barely takes 10 steps, the treasurer goes to him and says,
"Oh my lord, we do not have sufficient money in our treasury to pay the young lady."
King becomes very wild. He shouts at the treasurer,
"What nonsense! Our kingdom is the richest on the planet. How can we fall short of money?"
Treasurer replies with fear,
"O king, the young girl did not ask for a small sum. She asked for enough gold that has ever been produced on this planet. If we put 1 coin on the first square and 2 coins on the second square and 4 coins on the third square and so on, it will be roughly 2.4 billion gold coins on the 32nd square. That's just halfway."
King takes a minute to understand the logic. He feels the reeling sensation and falls down instantly.
What does the story tell us? Well, many things. In many ways, we are like that king, ignorant yet very overconfident. Apply this story to our current context. We have a massive outbreak of corona epidemic. Our Prime Minister is repeatedly requesting us to stay at home. There are places where policemen are becoming helpless and breaking down, but we don't want to change. We don't want to observe the lockdown. Let's assume that all of us ignore the lockout and come to roads. If 2 persons get infected on day 1 and the count of infected people doubles every day, how many people will be infected on 31st day? You just saw. It's exactly 107 crores. Do we need 32nd day? But why are we doing this? Let me tell you the secret. The main problem is hidden. All of us have another virus in our minds called Marona. Yes, it's called Marona. That Marona virus will force us to think that number one, we are the strongest, and number two, the sole purpose of the person in front of us is to die for us. There is yet another variant of this disease called Marona. This is prevalent in the youth. These Marona patients go out on their motorbikes and challenge the police by saying, Marona, Marona. Why do they do that? Well, we need a completely different execution strategy to combat an epidemic like Corona. For instance, a place like Dharvi in Mumbai houses over 1 million people. Just for comparison, the entire population of our neighboring country like Bhutan is less than Dharvi's population. Dharvi is a colony spread barely across 500 acres. Yes, you heard it right. 1 million people staying in 500 acres. In any other city or town of India, typically an apartment of 1000 square feet is shared by 4 people. But in a slum like this, the same space is shared by over 40 people. Then social what? Social nothing. No social distancing slogan will work in such conditions. If the government continues to spend more time on enforcement and punishment, when will we come up with practical and innovative solutions to curb this menace? Dharvi is just an example. There are many mini Dharvis across the country. We need to sensitize them and protect them. We are about to enter into the third stage and we need to be more cautious than ever. While the corporate giants like Reliance Industries are taking initiatives for the treatment, we should focus also on the prevention. Government is taking many initiatives. It's time for the corporate houses also to come forward. It's time for us also to join the league. Before we jump into action items, let's first understand why a common man wants to go out. Why is he getting impatient? What's in his mind? Well, he's worried about the EMI, he's worried about the school fees, medical expenses, tax burdens, and not last but not the least, the daily ration, to name a few. If some of these concerns are addressed, there will be a respite. He may extend his cooperation. Corporate giants and self-regulatory bodies can come up with initiatives like this. EMI holidays. Fortunately, the RBI governor has announced some benefits today, but some more should flow. Corporate should spend CSR funds voluntarily on corona specifics. Deferring school fees till September. This is the new academic season now, and the harassment for fee payment has already started. This should be stopped. Activating the door delivery network for essential supplies. Starting WhatsApp and push SMS services to notify the corona spreading risks. And there are many more. Policemen are trying to beat the rogue bikers. They don't know that these rogues come with protection padding inside their clothes. Lathi charge doesn't hurt them. So, the police should put a corona carrier stamp on every such offender. The stamp should be put on their forehead, unlike a quarantine stamp which is put on their wrist. Celebrities, please start your workout for another cricket league. Every civilian is like a Kargil war soldier now. Let's not allow coronavirus to enter our home or colony borders. So friends, don't wait for others to take initiatives. You don't initiate outside travel. Kill coronavirus in your brain and save yourself first. You can save the planet later on. Stay safe. Good day. Thanks for listening in.